The first thing Elias noticed, apparently, was the silence. Not, a peaceful quiet, but this hollow, empty feeling where the stalwart works hum used to be for like 60 years.
Right.
Now in 2045, the factory is just this, I don't know, steel skeleton.
Yeah.
So we're diving into how a town actually called Prosperity could die. This slow and quiet death.
Yeah.
Even with all those promises about a rising tide.
Exactly. And that silence, it's key. It's not just about lost jobs, though obviously that's huge. It's about understanding the economic mechanism behind it.
The mechanism, okay.
Yeah, the source material we looked at really digs into tracking the money. Where did the capital actually go?
Yeah.
It shows how the wealth kind of evaporated upwards,
Instead of trickling down.
Precisely, didn't trickle down. And that mechanism, that's the core tragedy here.
So looking back at the blueprint, the promise seemed pretty straightforward back then, right, in the 80s.
Yeah.
Town hall meetings, lots of talk about incentives. They were basically told, look, cut taxes for the owners, and bang, you'll get this flood of investment. A new factory wing, research grants, the whole rising tide lifts all boats thing.
Basic line.
And Prosperity, well, they bought it. They bought into that future.
And what's so interesting, or maybe telling, is that the investment did show up, just not how anyone pictured it.
How do you mean?
Well, the company, financially, did great. Profits soared. But the investment wasn't like building new wings or hiring loads more people.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It showed up as these gleaming new machines from Germany, machines that did the work of maybe 20 guys.
Automation.
Right. That and the quiet rustle of stock buybacks.
Wait, hang on. Stock buybacks. So the investment was basically automating jobs away and then using the profits to boost the share price.
Essentially, yeah. A stock buyback means the company uses its cash to buy its own shares off the market.
Which helps who?
Which immediately boosts the value for the remaining shareholders. In this case, the source points to the Stalwart family, up on the hill.
So the capital flowed inward to the company's paper value and upward to the owners.
Not outward into the town, not into wages or local expansion.
Exactly.
And the impact on the townspeople must have been immediate.
Oh, it was. The sources say layoffs started pretty quickly, framed, predictably as efficiency gains.
Of course.
But it wasn't just the shock of layoffs. It was slower, too. People started holding onto their money tighter because those promised wage increases
Never happened.
never materialized. The foundation was just eroding. And you see this perfectly with Miller's Diner closing down.
Right. The source mentioned that. Why was that so significant?
Well, think about it. Miller's lived by the factory's rhythm, 3 shifts a day, packed, for decades.
Oh, okay.
But when the automation came in, the crowds thinned out almost overnight because, and this is the key bit from the source, the new machines didn't need lunch breaks.
Wow. Okay. So the whole support structure for small businesses.
It just collapsed. The labor schedule, the constant flow of workers, that was the town's lifeblood. It changed. And everything connected to it withered. And without those factory paychecks circulating, Main Street must have felt it.
Oh, absolutely. It wasn't some abstract economic thing. It was, like the source says, Mrs. Gable deciding not to buy that new dress.
Yeah.
It was the Thompsons patching up the old car again instead of getting a new one.
Small decisions, but adding up.
Exactly. And then the businesses that depended on that spending, the hardware store, the kids' shoe store, even the cinema,
Dissolved.
one by one went dark.
And that must have hit the town's own finances hard. Less spending, less tax revenue.
Precisely. A huge civic ripple effect. The local tax base just dried up. And when that happens, the public safety net gets shredded.
Like the public pool.
Yeah, the pool where Elias apparently taught his son to swim. Chained up. The water turning murky green, as the source puts it. Grim detail.
Yeah, really grim.
The library cut its hours back, then eventually closed for good. The social fabric just tore apart along with the economic one.
So Elias's conclusion.
Yeah.
It's pretty stark then. The wealth didn't trickle down.
Not at all. It had, in his words, evaporated upwards.
Leaving just the shell. And he calls it, what was it? The slow, quiet, and perfectly predictable consequence.
Predictable. That's the chilling part. It wasn't some random disaster.
Yeah.
And this really gets to the final thought we should leave you with, that final line in the source material. The silence in 2045, it says, wasn't peace.
No.
It was the sound of a future that had been taken away.
Wow.
So the question it leaves us with, I think, is about that distinction. When we talk economics, are we talking about efficiency and returns for, a select few? Or are we talking about sustaining the actual economic life of an entire community?
A very different calculation.
A very different calculation indeed. That's the lesson from prosperity.